Chapter 1: The Mark of Luther. The city bled beneath a bruised sky. From the rooftop of an abandoned high-rise, a lone figure stood tall against the wind. His black coat snapped and billowed like a battle flag, silhouetted against the broken skyline. Below him, the city stretched wide, its streets bruised, its buildings blistered by flame and poverty. Sirens howled in the distance, dancing with the crack of gunfire. Somewhere nearby, a woman cried out, sharp and sudden. A child sobbed, tires screeched. Then silence. Luther closed his eyes. And he listened. Through the storm, through the concrete and chaos, he could hear it all, feel it all. Every broken prayer, every shattered dream, every soul twisted by grief. And above them all, a voice like a fading heartbeat. Please, just bring him home. An old woman's prayer, fragile but pure. It rang out like a bell. Luther opened his eyes. Their glow burned low behind the mask like coals in a dying fire. He tilted his head back toward the heavens and let loose a roar, not of rage, of reckoning. The sound tore through the night like thunder made of bones. It wasn't heard so much as felt. A pulse, a tremor, a judgment. Down below, men dropped their dice and lifted their heads. Gang members paused mid-deal, hands frozen over pistols. Crooked officers gripped their chests as something cold slithered down their spines. Spirits, those dark, unseen feeders of human misery, writhed and screeched as the vibration sliced through their shadowy forms. From alley to steeple, the whisper moved like smoke. He's back. Across the city, in a small apartment 3 floors up, the air was thick with incense and sorrow. The wallpaper peeled like old scabs. A single candle flickered on a wooden table, casting long shadows over a framed photograph of a smiling young man. Next to it sat a worn Bible, dog-eared and loved, and a picture of Martin Luther King Jr. that hung beside a pale portrait of a soft-eyed Jesus. An old woman knelt before them both, her hands trembling, her voice barely louder than breath. Please, give me my baby back. I don't care how, Lord. I just want him home. She wiped her tears with a shaking hand. Then she blew out the candle and shuffled toward her bedroom, her feet soft against the faded carpet. She never made it to the door. The glass exploded before the scream could reach her throat. A body crashed through the living room window, twisting midair like a rag doll caught in a storm. He hit the floor with a sickening thud, blood smearing across the rug like paint. The man groaned, broken, but alive. She staggered back, a scream finally tearing free. Oh my God, this city's full of demons! Her hand flew to her chest. Then she stopped, the temperature dropped. A presence loomed behind her. Not just a shadow, but a weight. A pressure. She turned, slow as prayer. There he stood, Luther Broad, silent, masked in the image of a man who had once dreamed of peace, now burning with something far more raw. More righteous. His voice was low, ancient, and yet it echoed with power not of this world. Your prayers brought me here, and your prayers saved him from my hands. She fell to her knees, not in fear but awe. Survivor trauma, and the myth spreading like fire through a broken city. Unnatural justice. The yellow police tape fluttered in the night wind like a warning nobody could read fast enough. On Martin Luther King Boulevard, chaos had given way to spectacle. Flashing red and blue lights painted the cracked asphalt in strobe-lit horror. Blood had already begun to dry in long arcs along the gutter, but the copper scent still clung heavy in the air. A cluster of reporters crowded behind barricades, cameras rolling, microphones trembling like eager mouths ready to feast on pain. One stood closer than the rest, perfectly lit despite the storm clouds churning overhead. We're live at the scene of yet another grisly event that's left the community shaken and terrified, the woman announced, trying to steady her voice. But tonight's attack has a twist, 2 survivors, and the story they're telling is something no one was prepared to hear.